What's up, world? This your boy Jay Boogie,
Yo, what up, to you? This your boy Kimbo.
and y'all know what time it is. It's J and K. Y'all press play.
Let's play.
We got something to say. Um,
Always got something to say. Yeah.
I know we told y'all when basketball ended, we was gonna talk about some more stuff, some serious stuff. Of course, those topics are coming,
Yeah.
but on the what it is, what's the word? With the ending of the basketball season,
Yeah.
and kudos, we saw, what I'm saying, we saw it coming.
Yeah.
Celtics, they're the NBA champs yet again. It hurts being a Heat fan, you know what I'm saying, especially with them just now winning. Last time we won was what, 2013. So we right out of that decade. So they just won one in this here decade. So it hurt. Uh, Then I'm seeing that doggone Boston Celtics went to, well, some of them, they went to Miami to celebrate. Boy, like, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Of course, I'm not in the organization or anything like that.
Right.
Hopefully it wasn't just to be vindictive, because I would
Yeah, I
think,
think they were trying to rub it in because I know Boston got a lot of places for them to go and celebrate. So not like Miami, it's not the same, but nah,
yeah, bro,
yeah.
like, and of course, fans gonna be fans gonna be dumbasses. Um, They all up. I mean, bro, I'm in the Heat community, and the whole page I'm scrolling. I'm seeing Jason Tatum. I'm seeing Jaylen Brown. I'm seeing championship rings. I'm seeing this about the Celtics. I'm saying that's about this. I mean, it's just like, man, can we be adults? Like, for real, you know what
Hmm.
I don't know, bro. I don't want to be that type of fan. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
don't get me wrong. I get it. But then at the same time, I don't like. You remember the on Instagram, I showed you how when Boston would, yeah, in the finals. I think they might have been in Dallas, but I don't know where they were. But it was a Celtic fan all in the face, clapping and sticking middle fingers in the Dallas dude in the Dallas
Yeah.
Mavs fan face. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you probably would have got slapped.
Probably. Yeah.
Even though it was a
Probably.
sea of Boston Celtics fan around, so they had to be in Boston. You might have got slapped. Like, you can
Yeah.
laugh and I guess talk your junk, but like, it's still, you know what I'm saying? It's still a line that you can't cross when you,
Right.
especially when you in people's face. I mean, he's all in the man face. Fuck yeah, like, I'm like, bro, it got to be a line.
Yeah. It should be a line, but it isn't a line because when these fans when they get a little bit of that oil in them,
Yeah.
they get a little bit of that liquor in them is pretty much all she wrote after that. Some people get pretty belligerent,
Mm-hmm.
get kind of aggressive. So who's to say he didn't have a few, maybe more than a few in him? So and then of course like say you at a sporting event. So I mean I done seen a lot of videos where fights kind of go down, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. I don't maybe even soccer. I don't know, but I done seen plenty of videos where you know they get to throwing them hands just because something's being said. I don't even know how it even gets to that, honestly, because I done been to a lot of games and done had the rivalry or the opposite opposing team sitting like literally right beside me. So I'm cheering for my boys and he cheering for his boys. So it ain't never really got to any of those videos that you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good, healthy, like I said, it's healthy competition. You got your team, I got my team, and that's that. Why are you fighting? Or it's like that was like fighting is very pointless, especially when it comes to something like that. Why? Well, what are you doing? Why are you fighting? Did he touch you? Like if he put his hands on you, okay, or if he threw a drink on you or something, all right, that's different. But if y'all just talking, yeah, nah, I don't know, bro. Yeah, it's just that's just like you said, they definitely crossed that line. Whoever that guy is, yeah, he definitely crossed the line. And, if ands or buts about it, you don't stick birds at people, that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So
Because your team is winning. It's like,
yeah,
and I had to do that old mind game thing. A guy was in the from the Celtics community and the Heat community talking about we won the championship. I'm like, I said, we question mark. I'm like, so what position you play? And of course, he said some junk, and then he was like, then he said your mama. I'm like, so are you 12? Like, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like once I saw, I'm being a condescending asshole. I had to be, because of course I'm jealous that y'all team won,
right.
but you want to throw it in my face. I'm like, bro, first of all, where's the punctuation? You can't spell. You didn't form a correct sentence. So it's just like I just I had to hit it below the belt. So
Yeah. Nothing
I,
wrong with
I
that.
had I had to play the hand I was dealt, man. Of course, we both hoping next year will be, what I'm saying, next season will be our season, but
Yeah, I hope so, man. All this Jimmy Butler, error is over and all that kind of talk. I don't really want to buy into that because he's still under contract. So unless this was his final year and he was going to be a unrestricted free agent, then yeah, you could talk about that. The man still literally got 2 more years left,
mm-hmm.
literally. So next year is his player option year, and then he could decide after next season if he wants to come back to Miami. And then more than likely, he ain't gonna leave that money on the table. He probably gonna be making somewhere around $50 million that last year. He ain't leaving that, so he's probably gonna finish the 2 years, and then we'll just see what happens after that. That's what I believe. So I don't think Pat is gonna trade him. I think he wants to hold him accountable, which he should, because Jimmy, as great as he is, and as much as I love Jimmy, man, that's our guy. He done came over here and done some good things, for the Heat organization. Uh, but boy, he misses a lot of games too. So
Yeah.
he misses a lot of games and misses actually too many games. But obviously, I never played an NBA season. To play 82 games, that's a lot of games. I ain't even gonna lie. And he done probably been in the league about what, 12 years now, 12, 13 years. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
So
I know double digit.
yeah. So ultimately, yeah, it's gonna take a little toll on you a little bit, playing all those games, especially if you're making deep playoff runs like they have been the last 4 years. Yeah. Finals 2 years and then conference finals 1 year. It's a lot of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not opposed to him, pacing himself. I'm not opposed to it, but I just want him to, be a little more assertive, when it comes down to near the end of the season.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So once you get the All-Star break, you can cruise and coast, going to All-Star break. But after All-Star break, you're down to like maybe 20 games left. Now it's time to turn up. It's time to turn up, man, and get ready for the playoffs. So that's when you need to hit your stride. That's when you need to hit the stride. So early in the season, you rely on your young guns, your Bams, your Tylers, whoever's there. You rely on them to kind of carry you, through. And then once you get past All-Star break, then, you got to step in and do your thing. So I hope that's the way they're going to want to try to do it, or they try to do it, because, we always talk about Bam should be more of a leader, of the team. So it's up to him, whether he wants to do that or be that. I don't know if he's ready for it. Maybe he don't feel like he's ready. I don't know. But either way, it should go through Bam. So
Yeah. We're speaking with we already talked about, the next season. What you think about the Caruso trade?
like I said, it's a good move for OKC because they got rid of, I think the kid's name is Giddy or whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
Josh Giddey.
Yeah, he's nice. I saw a couple OKC games. Actually, I saw playoffs. Regular season not so much, but in his playoff run, he's nice. He's nice. He's young, so he's a nice building block. When you're trying to rebuild, start over. So Chicago, I think they got a nice future. I don't want to say all star, but he could potentially be a star in the league.
Mhm.
Potentially. So OKC obviously they need more veterans, veteran leadership. I think we spoke on
Definitely.
that before. Even though the team is young and they got a lot of energy and they spry and they got everything that you could probably ask for as far as young talent, but they just don't have them vets that can kind of maybe get you over the hump. Now, having a young team, it has its pros, but it also has its cons because you ain't got no experience. You
Right.
just out there just playing. So
OKC, Pacers.
Minnesota in there too. You can
Yeah,
throw them in there
Minnesota,
too.
Orlando.
Orlando. So yeah. So I think the difference between Miami's a young team too, but remember we got Jimmy and we got Kevin Love for what he kind of contributes, and we got a good mix. So you got to have a mix, if you want to have a successful team. So OKC adding Caruso is a good move for them because he's a good perimeter defender, and he can give you buckets too. You
Hmm.
know, slouch out there, he go out there and he gets it. He's as far as I know, he's a hard worker. He won a championship with the Lakers. Back in 2020, I think he was a part of that team.
Was he? What's
Yeah, I
Caruso?
think he was. Alex Caruso, he probably was a part of that Bulls team. I'm sure he had to have been part of that team. I know they had Rondo, LeBron, AD. Caruso had to have been on that team. He had to been on that team. Matter of fact, I think he was on the team because after they won the championship, it's like they kind of just traded away a couple pieces, try to. But did they trade? Or was he a part of the trade to get Anthony Davis there?
Hold on, I'm trying to see.
I don't know.
Caruso. Yeah, say was a member of the Lakers team that won the 2020. Yeah,
So he was on the team, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember him being there. So he definitely has. He's not a. He's. I guess he kind of is a vet. I mean, he ain't been in the league that long, but he still got experience. So that's a good building block, for OKC, and they ain't lose much. So getting him, that's a good move. Now they probably may try to get another guy there, you know, maybe a big. I don't even think they need a big because what's his name? He's pretty
Chet,
good. Who?
who you talking about? OKC or the
Yeah,
Bulls? Yeah,
OKC.
Chet,
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 yeah,
Chet.
Chet Holmgren.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, he's not your traditional, big, strong, but he's still a big, and he does pretty good for them. He has his role to play. So
you
yeah,
think he more like a center or like a stretch four?
I think he's more like a four. He's a little on the slender side. So
A lot on the slender side.
yeah, so I wouldn't classify him as a center, even though he has the height. He's probably like 7 feet tall, but
And whatchamacallit, and the Bucks looking to shop Brooke Lopez.
I seen that.
And they
I
got
seen
and OKC has a lot of freaking draft capital. If they don't
that.
just swap players, they can send maybe a first round pick over there for him. I don't think he's worth. He
He
might not
ain't
be
worth no
too.
more than that.
Yeah, you
If you're willing to give up a first round pick, I don't think he's worth the first round pick. I mean, yeah, he's good. He's a little bit he's on the opposite side of 30. So I think he might even be pushing 40. I don't know what his age is, but But yeah, if you're willing to give up a first round pick for him, I say that's a good investment. I mean, even though I don't think he's worth a first round pick, but yeah, if you want to give up a first round pick to get him on your team, yeah, that'll definitely help them a lot too. So 'cause at this point,
36.
mhm,
He's 36.
okay, right, that ain't too bad, but still, you know, how many more years you think he really has? So, um, so yeah,
Probably 2.
probably two at the most. That's what I was thinking. Probably two. Because he's still a center. He's a big. Bigs don't even usually play that long. So it's
Right.
surprising that he's been playing this long. So yeah.
He's,
Yeah, I like the move. I like the move for OKC. I like the move on both parts, but OKC definitely I think they got better with that move.
yeah, the Chicago definitely got younger. And your boy Alonzo's supposed to be back. Kobe White took a step forward this year. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen with DeRozan. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like we say, it's the offseason just started. And I was surprised to see that.
Levine too. So
Yeah, Levine, yeah. But they really trying to get off his contract.
yeah.
And they said they're even willing to throw in some draft capital on their side just to get off of his contract. I
Hmm.
think I know he's owed a lot of money, but if Clay really serious about leaving, he can probably be another splash brother. You know what I'm saying? He light skinned. He can shoot the dang on three ball. So, so that's 2 for 2. Like he light skinned and can shoot the three ball, bro. So
Yeah. He can't shoot it. He can't shoot it like Clay, but yeah.
no, hell, Clay can't shoot it like Clay right now.
Nah, he really can't shoot it no. I can't say he can't shoot no more, but yeah, he doesn't look like Clay of old.
No,
No.
he don't. He looked more like Jordan Poole last year.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Washington Wizards, Jordan Poole.
Wizards, Washington Wizards, right? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I don't know if you saw it. Rich Paul say LeBron is not a part of the Bronny deal. So there's no guarantee. He's saying that's what he said. There's no guarantee if you draft Bronny that he'll follow his son there. So
Um,
I think, and now I'm thinking because this is what LeBron said, and I don't think he was lying about that. Who wouldn't want to play with their son, bro? So
right.
I'm thinking if the wrong team, like I said, somebody might just jump out there. Oh, let me grab Bronny.
Grab him. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just so Braun will come along. He don't want to go to any old team. I'm talking
Right.
about Braun. So,
Right.
like, if you, the Detroit Pistons, you talking about you going to take Bronny in the first round, thinking his daddy going to come play, that's not going to happen.
It ain't happening. Yeah. It ain't happening. Yeah. I think obviously it has to be a contending team.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of always the kind of stipulation. He probably never said it, but
Of course.
he ain't gonna say it obviously because I guess that would be considered. Would that be considered tampering? I don't know. So so of course he will want a contending team to draft him. Because it's as sad as it is. And, I always say because he's still chasing rings. I know everybody kind of get all in an uproar talking about something. Yeah, well, I'm about to go with 38 and 39, and yeah.
He was just playing basketball.
He was just playing at that time. He was not trying to prove nothing. He had already proved everything he needed to prove in Chicago. So at that point, when he came back to play, he really just came back because he probably just loved the game. He just wanted to see if he still had it and just still play. You seen he came back with the Wizards. If he was trying to win, you think he was going to come back and play for the Wizards?
He probably would have been over there and
at that time, what was this, early 2000s? He probably would have went to the Lakers or something with Phil.
He probably would have went to Houston with Scotty.
Oh yeah, probably could have went with them boys to try to see if they could have did it over there. I know he's a competitor. I know he ain't gonna really try to go for the best team, try to go on the best team. So you bronzexuals out there, LeBron always wanted the best team. So
yeah, he do always want the best team, but I want to call him. You know what? Screw it. This me. If y'all cancel me, y'all cancel me. Gay D. KD wanted the best team when he went to doggone when he went to the Dubs. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, hey, if I offend you, I apologize. That was the most non-male, non-competitive move
Move.
I've ever
Yeah.
seen a superstar do.
Yeah.
Yes, his name is KD, and yes, I for a long time y'all didn't know me, and I call him Gay D because I thought that was really, really, really punkish of that dude to do what he did. So
Right.
I won't give that to Bron. I that Bron wanted. He knew he needed other pieces,
Right.
i.e., the super team, the big three, and then his other big three in Cleveland. Then he really didn't have a big three in LA. I don't think it was. It's him, AD,
Him and AD. Yeah.
and a bunch of role players. Like
Yeah. It was like basically a 1-2 punch. Now they had other
yeah,
good pieces like Rajon Rondo, I think was the guard at the time. And so, they had good veterans. Caruso was part of the team. So they had good pieces around that team. I don't remember who all. Oh yeah, Caldwell Pope.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So yeah,
he was a
see, they
good piece
really didn't
too.
have a
So
third, like a third big name. But to me, that bubble, the bubble Lakers, I think that was the best team. They should have kept that group together.
yeah,
I
they should have.
like that group. I mean, even though they beat my team, but they had a pretty good squad. I
They
was
probably could have ran.
glad.
They probably could have ran it back. See,
They pro-
that's the thing about how we always talk about running it back. Sometimes it could be a plus, but then sometimes it won't. They thought they was making a good move by trading these guys off, but I don't think it
yeah,
helped.
but see, that's the thing. See, like when you talk about us running it back, it's not as much as what I'm saying. As much as playoff Jimmy do his thing, as much as we get role players come in, i.e. PJ Tucker, i.e. Jay Crowder, i.e.
Who
Uh,
Kevin
Derek
Love?
Derek Jones,
You could throw him in there. Yeah,
Kevin Love, Derek Jones Jr.
yeah,
Sometimes it does well, sometimes it doesn't. And for us, I would have to. Yeah, we compete. We have competed. 2 times we lost in the first round. 2 times we got
mm.
swept one time this year. We damn near got swept, but we didn't have a Jimmy, we didn't have a Rozier, we didn't have Jay Rich.
We didn't have anyone, right? So
So, and I mean, I guess they were looking at a lot of people looking at it as a positive to where even though we lost in the first round, the team we lost to ended up winning the championships, whether it's the Bucks or the Celtics. So you can
right,
say we're right there, and with me saying we are right there with Jimmy, Jimmy got to be a strong number two. I'm sorry, but we've seen what he is as Batman. With him being Batman, he has no Robin. Maybe if he had a stronger Robin, who knows? If Spo is to let Bam loose, maybe Bam could be the Robin, or
yeah.
somebody come in and Jimmy Butler be Robin. You know what I'm saying? Or not even Robin. What's the other dude named Nightwing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure Jimmy don't mind being a third option at this point in his career. I think he really want to try to preserve himself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
for the
But yeah,
the
for when
latter
it
part of the season.
and see that's another good thing. Like even if it's not, what I'm saying, for me, if it's not D Mitch, I would love somehow to get Murray over there and maybe decent another decent move. If it ain't D, because we're gonna have to give up a lot for D Mitch. So if it's Murray and I'm gonna just say it, Murray and marketing,
Yeah,
I think we would be straight.
that'd be
Um,
pretty good. That'd be
Hell,
pretty
even
good.
if it's Murray marketing and maybe Aubrey, because depending on who we lose out of Caleb and Highsmith, maybe
Right.
both, maybe just one. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Or Murray marketing, Obi topping. You know what I'm saying? Either one, either three, you know what I'm saying? Either one of them scenarios, I think we will be right back in it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget about your
Barring
boy. Don't forget about your boy over there in Philly too. He can always come through too. He's kind of like a Caleb Martin type. I don't know why I
yeah,
can't remember
I
his
said
name.
Oubre.
Oh, you said Uber? Okay, I didn't know you said Uber. I thought you said Obi. I don't know why I thought you said Obi.
Yeah, Obi was the second one. Oubre was the first.
Okay,
I probably
Uber.
didn't
Yeah,
say his
yeah,
name right. I always mess up. I always mess up
Yeah,
saying that for last name.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, Kelly Oubre, yeah, he could definitely be a good pickup if we happen to lose Caleb, which I wouldn't like very much. But hey, you got to get that money. So yeah, so I would
And
understand.
and the thing is, like we just spoke about, smart man and wise man. He could be wise. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be smart? Because, and I'm talking about you. Seen what happened to PJ. You saw what happened to PJ trying to get
Yeah,
that money. You saw what happened to
dumb
Gabe
move on
trying to
trying to
get that
take the
money.
money. Yeah,
So, like you can take a walk on the wild side if you want to, but you might not be successful unless you go to one of our competitors, i.e., Philly.
Philly or Boston or Milwaukee, anything like that.
Man, I would go to a game. I would make a point to go to a game just to throw an egg at Caleb Martin if he went to the Boston Celtics. I can see. I'd rather him go to. He can go to the Bucks. He can go to Philly. But if I saw Caleb Martin, I would have to throw a rotten egg or an apple at this dude going to the Boston Celtics. Leave the Boston Celtics alone. They good. They fine for the next couple of years.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's just me, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
but of
no,
course,
hey, I get it. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, that's our rival. They're one of our ultimate competitors for the last 4 years, and then even going back to the our big three era. And they had their guys, KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen for a few years there until he came
yeah,
over. Until he came over to Miami. So yeah, so it was always Boston against Miami for the longest. So yeah, that would be a little kick in the groin if he decided to, go there. So of all teams, but
I know, right?
but
So,
yeah, I don't see that happening. I honestly think that they make it work it out. But if they don't, then so be it. There's a lot of teams out there. I'm sure. I don't think Boston will be one of them. I don't even know if they even got the salary to even afford him.
yeah,
Because
because
I'm sure he wants
Tatum
the
coming
money.
up on another extension.
Yeah, I think his year. This is his last year coming up, and I think he's owed $7 million. So of course he's gonna not opt in on that, and try to see if he can get more. So from another team or Miami. Miami could probably up it a few more million. Get him to like 10 or 12. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Here with Highsmith, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know if he's that demanding of money at this point in his career. He's not really proven yet. But sometimes teams, it doesn't even matter if a team see a player.
I can see if he. I mean, I can see Detroit or San Antonio since they were so not good this year. Even the Wizards, like
Yeah,
if he could, I'm pretty sure they'll give him around, let's say,
well,
12.
yeah. So they'll have at that point because they don't really have any max players on their team anyway. So I don't think. Nah, nah. Detroit don't have no max guys. I mean,
Nope.
Cunningham is the only stud on that team, and I think he's still under rookie contract. So,
Yeah, he is.
so, so yeah, so that's a very young team. So they could definitely afford to give him a 10 or 12 million, if they wanted to. Spurs, they're the same. They're in the same boat. They just got Wemby. That's all. The other guys, they're good, but they're not max players.
No.
So yeah, so they definitely have the money. Houston, they got the money over there. They got a couple guys, with some contracts, but they probably could afford it. So OKC, they
Yeah,
got
'cause,
some,
I mean,
they
though,
got
yeah,
money over there.
young, yeah, pretty good young teams who could probably use a great wing defender in
A good
Haskins.
defender,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
can
saying?
knock
So,
down some threes. Yeah, 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 man. So hey, it's teams out there that probably could use them. I guess the real question is, you know, how much are they willing to give for him, and how impactful will he be once he gets to the team? Because
right.
We all
We've seen it.
we done seen it. We done seen that. We done seen that play so many times. So it's like every person that has left Miami, boy, it just don't work. It don't
I
work.
think Tyler was the one. Tyler Johnson was he probably was
He was okay
he probably had
in
the
Brooklyn.
most longevity because he lasted a couple of years after he left. The
Yeah, he
Heat.
went to Phoenix. Was it Phoenix first?
I know. Well, I know he played for Phoenix. I can't remember where he went first.
Okay, and then Brooklyn, I know. So yeah, it was Brooklyn and Phoenix or Phoenix and Brooklyn, one or the other, because I know he played for both of them. So yeah, he did pretty good. He did pretty
Then
good.
came Kendrick Nunn recently. Went from the Lakers to the Wizards, and then fell
Mm,
off. Um,
Now he overseas somewhere. I don't know what country, but yeah,
and
yeah,
then PJ and Caleb, not Caleb, Gabe.
yeah, yeah.
Gabe thought he was
Very
maximizing. Boy, I'm still surprised that he fell off
dumb move.
as far as he did. I'm talking about he. I'm man. That was
Well,
epic.
he supposedly got hurt. So they said he hurt himself. I don't remember. They said it was a knee or what foot. I don't remember, but he had to get some kind of surgery that was going to put him out for a couple months, 2 to 4 months. So I think he actually came back near the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken. He came back, but he wasn't really effective. He just kind of
No,
played a little bit, and
he
that was
probably
that.
needed this whole offseason.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're going to trade him.
I think
Honestly,
so too.
I think they're going to trade him.
His name is always every scenario I've seen for the Lakers. His name is in that scenario.
Yeah, yeah. They're probably going to trade him. Where I don't know, but they probably, like I said, they may trade him to the Wizards just like they did none. I don't know, but yeah, try to
Yeah,
get
because
Caruso,
yeah,
try to get your boy back over there. I don't think it's gonna
Kuzma.
happen, but
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, but you know, like I always say, and I told you, that it's like they already had all those pieces before. They had Ingram, they had Kuzma, they had Caruso, they had Alonzo, and they had Julius Randle. Remember, Lakers had a lot of pieces, man, that they gave away because of the LeBron effect. He came in
because
that team and just gutted the whole team.
yeah,
So yeah, Lakers can't have nobody but to blame but themselves, the organization. They had all the right pieces there. It was just basically a waiting game. You just had to make sure, you know, you brought them guys along and just see. LeBron just obviously he probably just wasn't trying to wait. So he was like, we need to win now.
mm,
That means trade all our guys away now to get Anthony Davis there, so be it. So yeah. But they had the pieces. Good pieces too. Yeah.
yeah. And then they took a step as far as keeping Braun around. JJ Redick is now the coach after all this. He was going to be the coach.
Mm,
Then it was supposed to be Bobby Hurley.
yeah.
I mean, it was like right there. And Bobby said, nope, not interested. And it
Mm,
was it was funny. You know, he had a lot of respect. Somebody like gave him a shout out. Like he had a lot of respect for not taking the job.
mm.
Then it was supposed to be Monty Williams. Then
Monty,
for
yeah.
whatever Williams for I mean not for whatever Williams for whatever reason it wasn't money. Then it went back to JJ Redick and JJ accepted. So I don't know because if I was JJ Redick, you went from me to somebody else, then back to me. I would have just went to try to. I would have went to Detroit if I want to coach.
Somewhere else. Yeah, went somewhere else. Yeah.
But
But
I think they, of course, with JJ and Bron doing a little podcast thing because they got a podcast too. So that might be their way to
yeah,
secure the
yeah,
bag. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Which is LeBron.
yeah. That's the way. I mean, like you say, it's the LeBron affair. I don't give a doggone. Y'all, y'all try to give LeBron all this praise, talking about how he ain't never had no great coach and all of that. But I mean, I consider Spoelstra probably the best coach he ever had, and even when he came to Miami, he was trying to get him fired. So it just seems like LeBron just wants to run the show.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you get guys that coaches the team that doesn't have any experience, that you can kind of basically probably kind of manipulate if that's the right word, pretty much do what you want, and you just let's see what we do. Let's see if we can win. So yeah, even though yeah, it's impressive that he won, but nah, it's his own fault that they probably never had no great coaches, or he never been coached by a great, like that, like a Phil or Phil Jackson or Popovich or something like that. So yeah, and it's his own fault.
I think so because he really never, uh, aside from the coach that he had in Cleveland. I
About
can't.
the first stint when he was there or when he went back.
What was the black ball head dude name with the glasses?
Yeah, he was actually pretty good. I can't remember his name. He coaching in Sacramento right now.
Yeah, I think that
Uh
might have been his longest coach because Spo was only 4 years.
yeah,
Something Brown, right?
yeah, it's Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, yeah.
Mike Brown, yeah, Mike Brown, yeah, yeah. He was
Didn't he
actually
have
pretty. He was actually pretty good for them, huh?
Didn't he have Ty Lue at one point too?
He had Ty Lue, but I don't think Ty Lue was proven that when they got him. But he actually was able to get him there, and they won. They actually won. That's when they won. With that coming back from 3-1.
Okay,
Down
that's what I figured. Okay, yeah.
against Golden
So
State. Yeah,
yeah, man, it's kind of sort of his fault because he come in and because he's who he is, he comes in and he's the they got a thing where you play a coach, he play a GM and play a coach,
yeah, he all of those.
or play a assistant coach. Like
Yeah,
he's all that in bag of damn chips.
yeah, he all those titles, all of them.
Yeah,
He wants to be in full control of everything, and I think that's probably why he didn't work out in Miami. He didn't stay longer than he wanted to because he just couldn't really run the show. And even when he was on the team, Pat Riley said, your guys just can't really be here, and wherever it is, they can't just really just be anywhere. They got to be outside of the arena, just like any other, you know, just like anybody else. How everybody got their own, man, what's the damn word I'm trying to think of?
entourage.
Agents. Yeah, agents
Oh,
and yeah, you can say entourage too. Yeah, he got his people or whatever that he deal with. So yeah, yeah, they can't be just coming in and just doing what they want, what they feel. Yeah, nah, yeah. You stay over there until it's time for us to, communicate and we got to talk and converse and all of that. Then, we can do that. But, and, just being around and just doing what you want. It don't work like that here. Godfather, he wasn't playing that. So yeah. So I think that kind of had something to do with, him not staying longer. And of course, I think the D Wade injuries, when he was picking up, you know, that he was picking up near the end of their little run, their 4-year run. So
yeah. I mean, Wade had a lot of mileage on them legs, man, and them knees.
yeah,
Um, cause see, I wonder if either that played a part of him leaving, as far as D Wade or Chris Bosh, because I always wondered, because it was supposed to be Carmelo.
yeah, it finally came out like last year, this year. The third was originally supposed to be Carmelo, but I think I knew that. But he said he wanted the money. That's why he went to New York because New York was offering him this ridiculous amount of money that Miami wasn't, that they couldn't offer.
Right.
So Bosh, they kind of worked it out where they all took cuts and they just kind of divided it up and that's how it went. But Carmelo had the money. He was making money over there in New York, so that was what he was looking at. Which is
Hey,
probably a stupid move. I thought he should have just came to Miami, man. You would have been better off. Would have got a couple chips, you
you
know.
think if it was Melo instead of Bosh, do you think we would have beat Dallas?
Absolutely, absolutely. Carmelo was Carmelo was still very good. At that time, remember he came in the same time as LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Bosh. So
Mhm.
he wasn't no more than about how old was LeBron when he came to the team? Maybe 25. So he was just a year older because remember he just played 1 year of college. So he probably was like 26. So yeah, Dwayne Wade was the only older one. I think he was around like 28. I think he had them boys by a few years.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, yeah. Dallas wouldn't have been able to hold Miami. Miami would have probably won 4 straight with Carmelo. Because Carmelo was a different type of animal. Bosh, I love Bosh, and he did his thing. When he was here in Miami, but he ain't Carmelo. He is not Carmelo, bro. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, like I think because the scoring would have like with Melo is because of course we going off of what Melo did in New York because I can remember
Yes.
those New York and Chicago battles when Melo just was like lights out.
Yeah.
Even some of the, you know what I'm saying, and even some of the battles with Miami,
With Miami, yeah, yeah. They was kind of going at it in the first couple of
boy,
years too. Yeah.
he was a really, really, really dynamic scorer. That was like his best run. I think his New York years. I mean,
New
don't get
York years.
he was
Yeah.
very dominant in Denver.
Yeah.
His New York years was something to talk about, boy. So yeah, if he
Yeah.
would have brought that to Miami, we definitely would have been. we would have won 3.
We definitely would have
I
won
don't know
three.
if we would have won. We would have beat San Antonio that second time because San Antonio they was on a mission.
They was on a mission. They
They
really
were on a
was.
mission.
They was on a mission, but I guess we could probably say is whoever our center probably would have been at that time. I mean, Bosh didn't really do that well against Duncan anyway, so I'm sure you probably could have plugged anybody in at that point. And I know Carmelo, the dynamic scorer that he is, and bull that he is down there in that paint. Yeah, it still would have been tough. We wouldn't have got beat the way that we got beat.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been more of a competitive series, just like how it was the first time. Yeah, it probably would have went 6. Spurs probably still would have pulled it out, but it probably would have went 6 or 7. San Antonio probably would have prevailed.
I see
But
that would have to me that still would have been better. 3-1 in the finals instead of 2-2.
2-2,
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, 2-2 is good. You know what
2
I'm
is
saying?
good. Yeah, yeah.
But 3-1, I think that would have definitely it definitely would have bode well for Braun and all of his
Good for LeBron. Yeah, he would have had one more chip. Yeah, yeah.
and then our boy D Wade would have had one more chip too.
He would have
So
had one more too. Yeah, he would have had 4.
man,
LeBron would have had 5. Yeah. So
what could have been?
yeah,
Golly.
yeah,
I
could have
mean,
been. Could
I
have
see.
been.
Yeah, that's why I wish, and I wonder if anybody will ask him that, and if anybody does ask him, will he finally tell the freaking truth? What made you want to leave the way you did? You know what I'm saying? Because he did wait a very long time before he
He,
actually signed with Cleveland.
he did. He did. He waited purposely. He waited till after all I think the drafting and like any trades could have been made, any of that. He did all of that. He was very methodical when he made that move. So
Yeah,
Miami couldn't do anything at that point. They couldn't bring anybody in. You know what I mean? Because at the time you could make your little trades or see who you could bring into the team, just like how they're doing now. LeBron waited the whole thing out, the whole thing through until whenever the deadline was. Whenever the deadline hit, that's when he hit it. So Miami was basically stuck. Couldn't do nothing, couldn't make no moves. That's why we were kind of in the position that we was in. You
and then
know,
they signed Boston all that money, and then Wade, he had to do what he had to do. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Toward the very, like you said, toward the deadline. Um, and honestly, if he would have worked out, I think if Wade and Bosch would have worked out a deal together way before that deadline, way before crunch time, Wade probably would have never went to Chicago. He probably would have still been
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Miami.
Yeah, he still would have went because remember, he still stayed in Miami for at least was it 2 years or 3 years? 2 or 3 years.
I want to say 2. Then he left, and then you know what I'm saying. Eventually, ended up coming back.
He left and came back. I think he left for like a season or two, maybe, and then he came back. But yeah,
Yeah,
he was still there, from 14, I think I want to say to like 16, maybe 17. I know it was that 16 because that's when he had that great run, that we almost could have got past Toronto and played Cleveland in that conference finals. But that's when they were calling him Father Prime at that time. So that's when he was doing his thing. So but yeah, that was a special run. D Wade kind of turned back the clock on that run. That's when we had Rook 1 and Rook 2.
mm.
Uh, we had
Whiteside,
Whiteside. We had Goran Dragic. So we had some good pieces, man.
bro. Speaking of Whiteside,
Luol Deng. I think Luol Deng was part of that team. Joe Smith, not Joe Smith,
Johnson,
Joe Johnson. Yep. So yeah, he had some good pieces. He had some pretty good pieces on that team, man. So I'm just a little upset that a little sad that we couldn't get a little further. But we did good. We had a good year that year.
bro. It's like I must I have to go to bed with Miami Heat on my mind because you'll never, dog. I had, for whatever reason, I had a dream that we brought back Hassan Whiteside.
Hey, like I say, I don't mind if we got him back. Brought him back for a vet minimum. You know,
I
he'll
mean,
be he'll be a good presence, good center presence, shot blocking, rebounding. I
yeah,
mean, he could definitely score. So yeah, he still got them two left feet though. That's the only problem with him.
but I want. I mean, he retired though.
He did retire, but you could still come out of retirement.
Well, yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen it. I've seen it done. But yeah,
yeah, man. I don't know what I don't, and I thought it was when you said Whiteside, that would make me think of it. But
mm,
I don't know. Oh man, I don't know why I dreamed that, dude. That was funny as hell to me, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We signed him to come off. No, did we sign him to come off the bench? Either or, because he could be a decent, I know I'm saying a decent five if Bam gonna be the four.
Yeah, they put Bam to the four. Or if he was a backup, I'm sure he wouldn't mind at this point because
Yeah,
he'll probably just happy just to, be in the league. So yeah, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad move if they were able to do it. If that did happen. So
yeah, if it did happen, yeah.
yeah,
But homie, of course, like we started out, we know the Mavs lost, and I know I was disappointed.
yeah,
And not only because the Celtics won, but more because Kyrie. I wanted Kyrie to get redemption, especially with the playoff run that he had.
mm-hmm.
Um, I thought it was very. And here we go again with this fandom stuff. I thought it was very big of him to he waited. You saw at the end of the game where he waited on all his teammates. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He dapped up. Even he
yeah,
dapped up some of the Celtics. You know what I mean? Like real
right,
big, real uh, grown up.
yeah,
showing sportsmanship.
good
And for
sportsmanship, absolutely.
whatever reason, Celtics fans burnt his Celtic jersey, and it's like, dude, how long has he been gone? And it was like, F Kyrie, F Kyrie. It's like, what was the freaking point of that? But you know, like I say, this you got adult fans and you got big children fans. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But for Mr. Acho to say, this is the wrong time for this man to try to find himself. There's never a wrong time for you to try to find yourself.
no,
He had to wait. Now, you had media, we spoke about it before. You had media jumping on this man and calling him an idiot and
yeah,
this that how he should, Stephen A say he should retire. Yeah, Shaq and Charles Barkley calling the man out of his name, calling them fools and idiots and all this type of stuff.
mm, yeah,
You get past all of that. He finally a great teammate. You know what I'm saying? Luka respects him and don't look at him as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like Mr. James did over in Cleveland.
Yeah.
This a whole grown man. You calling this dude the kid is nice, the kid is this, the kid is that. This a whole grown man, homeboy.
Right.
But he finally has a. I guess he finally has a team that he could gel with and everything. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, they came up short. Are you saying that he shouldn't have been what he was? But when he was being true to himself, that was a problem then too. So he found himself, and he back on an enlightened path. He's playing basketball really well.
Mhm.
Of course, not as well or as great as we thought it should have been for him to win the championship. Well, so the freak be it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you wanna win a championship. There are a lot of great players that have not won a championship, but for you to say he picked the wrong time to find himself,
Yeah.
I know you would. I want to believe that the man was just talking. As far as you want everybody to be competitive. You know, go get it, go win, go win, go win, go get buckets or whatever the case may be.
Right.
But I just, a peace of mind is hard to find sometimes. You know what I mean?
Very hard.
So would you rather him still be that old Kyrie and win a ring, or I guess that's the question. Would you rather him to be that Kyrie that everybody had a problem with? Which, if you had a problem with it, maybe you had a problem with yourself. If you really
Yeah.
look at it, if you had a problem with that old version of Kyrie, okay, maybe he had some goings on with this teammate or this team or that team and this teammate.
Right.
But would you rather that Kyrie win or the Kyrie that you have now, who has inner peace? He is in a really, 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 really good headspace and not win a ring.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, man, because it's like one of those. I always say it's like one of those double-edged swords, situations. So you got Kyrie, who was, kind of disgruntled to some people and some organizations or whatever. I think he was just being himself. It's I guess it's a fine line when it just comes to like when a person acts a certain way and then how people receive it or how they
Right.
take it.
Right.
So he's just being himself, regardless. Whether he thinks the world is flat and all that, hey man, that's that man's opinion. I ain't got nothing to say to him about nothing. As long as he's still doing his job, he's doing what he's supposed to do. That's cool. So yeah, so he's trying to turn a new leaf. I guess if that's what you want to call it. It took him a little while, just like it takes anybody a long time. Some people can get to that place in that space early in their life, and some people get there through their mid, life, and some people get there later in life. Like I'm talking about when you're old, and then when you ain't really got nothing left, nothing else,
Right.
that's it. So, and that's generally when most people, kind of, find themselves when they done kind of went through pretty much their whole life, and then now you're kind of on the latter end of your life, and you're just trying to what's left.
Right.
So, well, I guess I better just try this y'all thing, and let's see how let's see how that works. So I don't know. That's just me saying. I don't know if that's how they really saying it or portraying it or whatever. But either way, he found himself. There's no time limit. On when that happens, you could tell that guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's probably not even a spiritual person, because anybody that's a spiritual person would never say something like that. First off, so I mean, yeah, I mean, am I cool with the religion because I think he's supposed to be doing the Muslim thing? I mean, hey, if that's what kind of makes them feel a certain way or draw them to, to y'all, whatever. Hey, I know they got their own beliefs, just like any other religion out there. Everybody kind of got their own gods and religion and stuff like that. But either way, he's going about it his way. He's going about it the right way. So there ain't nothing wrong with him, finding himself at that moment in time. Because when he was supposedly disgruntled, quote unquote, y'all were bashing him then.
Mm-hmm.
So now he done, he a little bit different, and you're bashing him now. That's why I always say, man, just be yourself. Just be yourself, because either way, they still gonna have something to say.
Right.
Regardless. If you're doing good, if you're doing bad, they're gonna always have something to say. So just block out all that noise, which he does. And he does a good job of it too. I know sometimes he kind of, I think some people are certain, try to get under the skin, and they may kind of get to him. But we human at the end of the day, so it'll happen. But yeah, for him to say what he said, trying to almost kind of blame it on Kyrie, nah. He was where he was at the time when he found himself or whatever, and he decided to turn a new page in his life. That was the time that it was supposed to happen, and that's it. So the outcome ain't always going to be the same. It ain't always going to be good. Meaning, like in the sports world, how you probably would win or whatever. So hey, only one team going to win at the end of the day. Only one team is going to win. So you got 32 teams or however many teams, I can't remember, and only one is going to win. So for you to have the audacity to say that the man picked the wrong time to be, nah, there's no such thing, man. There's no such thing. It's the perfect time. It just wasn't his time. That's it. It just wasn't his time to win. Would he get another chance or another opportunity? I guess that kind of remains to be seen. But no, Kyrie, just keep walking your path, man. Don't even listen to what nobody say. Don't listen to all the naysayers. I know you're doing a good job of that anyway, man. Just keep walking your path. Keep walking your truth. Because really, I know a lot of people don't really want to realize that we all got a truth to walk. We all got our path that we got to walk.
Right.
So, yeah, we all got it. All of us are born for a reason and for a purpose. So yeah, that idiot, I don't want to call him that, but he ain't found his. So he ain't found his. So he want to talk smack, about somebody else, about the next man, about what he should have been doing or what he shouldn't have did or whatever. Maybe you need to find yourself. Maybe you need to find yourself, right? Yeah. Stop talking about and worry about the next man. You need to find yourself, find your truth. Then maybe you could probably get an idea on, what he's going through and what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather be on that end to where, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was upset with losing. But for you to be upset with losing, okay, then let me go here. Would you have been okay with him losing and walking off like your boy Ant-Man did when he lost? All of that talking he was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he couldn't dap up anybody. So I guess that's why I say, man, don't talk junk until the clock strikes zero. I know you get into the moment, and they join, and then you join, and then especially if you killing them for a game or two, you never know how that ball gonna bounce. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of it, because you don't want to go dap up somebody who was y'all going back and forth.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, because especially if it got heated too, and y'all kind of really going at it.
Yeah. And then it's like, then you go to dap him up, and then that dude say that one thing, and it's just like, it just take you out of every good spirit that you had. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I applaud. I was about to say KD. Lord have mercy. No, Kyrie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching him and Luka cook. Hopefully, they can. It's a learning experience, man. Unfortunately, sometimes you got to get knocked down to get back up. Yeah. So, and hell, who knows? Maybe it's Dallas and Miami next season. That's what That's what I
We'll
hope.
do. We'll do.
But you got, but
Hopefully,
at the same time,
Miami can avenge.
yeah.
Hopefully, Miami can avenge again. So, but you never know.
But the three, I mean, because I'm only the only. Let me see, three teams that I'm worried about. Of course, Boston, because they still
Mhm.
young. They still, because you never know, because with Porzingis doing what, what I'm saying, on that bad leg, you never know what they do.
Right.
So Boston, Denver, because they gonna retool.
Yeah, you always got to worry about Denver. Yeah.
Boston, Denver, and also the Wolves, because if they,
Yeah.
um, yeah, because
Yeah. You
they
can throw
probably
them
just
in there.
missing one or two good pieces.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I'm not worried. Yeah, like you said, those probably be the only teams that I probably would be worried about as well. In the East, it'll only be Boston, and I'm not even really worried about them because I just feel like we match up so well against them. I
yeah,
feel like we could beat them in a 7 game series anytime. So, but yeah, I guess if you would throw a team out there or pick a team in the East, it would definitely be them. It wouldn't be Philly. It wouldn't even be Milwaukee. So New York seemed like they could be pretty formidable. Because they
yeah.
still
I don't know
young.
why I keep forgetting about New York. Yeah,
They're young enough. They're young enough and coming and everything. So
yeah,
they was kind of injured. They was injured too, losing Julius Randle. Uh, so yeah. So yeah, those would be the only. Yeah, those would probably, like I said, be the only teams that I would be worried about. So I'm kind of on the same boat, as you. So yeah,
yeah. But it's like we say, it's gonna be a long,
long
long
off season.
season.
Yeah,
Some pieces have moved so far.
yeah,
So yeah, man, it's gonna be exciting. And of course now, with the season over, maybe what I'm saying, I can get a little bit more creative with this thing. You know what I'm saying? I know
yeah,
y'all don't want to hear us
yeah,
talk about ball all the time, and of course I
yeah,
don't talk about ball all the time because it is there are a lot more aspects to life. And I would
yeah,
love for y'all to hear us talk. I would love for and our lives, you know what I'm saying, for y'all to talk to us. So y'all just stick with us, you know what I'm saying, and we
yeah,
will definitely make it worth your while. At least
yeah,
hope. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying to make it
definitely.
worth your while because we finally got this thing going, like we keep saying. Hoping y'all liking, hoping y'all subscribing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
click, like and subscribe, man. Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
and we gonna be here, and we appreciate y'all for watching. I appreciate you, my boy, for doing what you
Yes,
do.
you.
And
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying, I don't think I could have picked anybody better. I don't think I would have picked anybody better. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I've been
yeah,
saying for a long time, man. Our conversations and we just click. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we vibe well. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
we can continue vibing.
Always,
I was about to
always.
sing the song, but I can't sing the song um, because of who sang the song before I did. So, but yeah,
Always. Yeah, it's always,
we just how the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Just we just gonna leave it at that. So yeah, we
it's
vibe.
always a vibe. Always a vibe.
All right,
Always.
my boy. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
till next time. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
Yeah.